All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's been a while. It's been a month, but I've been slacking. Just too many things going on. But I'm gonna try my best to be back on these YouTube streets. But forget about that. We'll talk about this topic. I was watching this podcast. It's called the Soscast. I think I'm not mistaken. Anyway, at some point, they're asking, "Hey, would you rather marry Andrew Tate or Dylan Mulvaney?" And usually, in these podcasts, they bring people that are extreme leftists to the extreme. I need you to hear the answer this female that's on the right said. Listen closely. Would you marry Andrew Tate or Dylan Mulvaney? Listen to what they gotta say. Listen to this and subscribe if you haven't.
Okay, I got it. If you were gonna date or marry, or even if one of your children turned out to be one of these two options, tell me what you'd be more comfortable with. Dating, marrying, or even having a child, and he turns out to be Andrew Tate. You're not a fan of Andrew Tate, I assume. You're not a fan of, okay. No. Or, here's the good news. You can be married / the mother of Dylan Mulvaney. So if you can be married to Andrew Tate or Dylan Mulvaney, I mean, as alpha as a dude as it gets, and as beta as a woman, man as it gets, what would you pick?
I know we
Don't equivocate, just pick one.
No, I know we fundamentally disagree on Andrew Tate, but seeing that I believe he is most likely guilty for the sex trafficking and for probably physically abusing his entourage of women, plus I don't personally believe in like polyamory and stuff like that, I would 100% rather have like a child who is trans and a child who has like physically most likely hurt other people.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Interesting. And obviously the whole, innocent till proven guilty thing, but that's great that you called him guilty. Who would you rather marry?
Who would I rather marry a trans person or the person who ends
there
up being trans than
she'd rather marry
beater.
Dylan Mulvaney than Tate. Who would you pick?
I don't have any problem with trans people, so I wouldn't mind being with a trans person.
What the fuck? What is happening right now, guys?
Does that make you a lesbian?
Who would you pick?
Who to marry?
Andrew Tate or Dylan Mulvaney?
A man, or at least one that thinks he's a man. No, I mean, Dylan is not a human to me. That's just, he's so confused. I feel terrible that you would want your child to be like that.
Well, he is a human, just a confused human.
He's a confused
But he's not even
human.
confused. It's the people that agree with him that are confused. Who would you pick?
He's confused.
A man. Definitely a man,
Okay.
for sure.
Amy?
Tate, I'm curious. So let's
Hold
say...
on. You pick Tate?
Yeah.
Dave Rubin, in a hypothetical world.
I would marry Andrew Tate.
There it is. Dave Rubin and Andrew Tate.
The internet, there's an OnlyFans for you. Why am I talking about
Guys,
politics?
please subscribe
all
to
day?
the Dave Rubin, Andrew Tate OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Subscribe to that. What was your question for Pixie?
Curious, Pixie. Sorry, a lot of your answer was on the basis of the fact that you believe that he's hurt people, right?
Yes.
What about just like the equivalent of a masculine man who purports more like conservative and masculine values, and minus all of the alleged sex trafficking stuff and everything else? Who would you choose in that instance between Dylan Mulvaney and a masculine conservative man?
It depends. Does a masculine, because I personally do not want to be a stay-at-home wife. There's a lot of reasons it would take way too long to explain here.
No, Dylan will be that. You go, you work it, girl.
Yeah, but if he expected me to just stay at home, then, it would still be Dylan. If he was more like masculine traditional in the sense of just like, oh no, like, like he just had more masculine tendencies or whatever, then I would be maybe more open to him because I think I would find him a little bit more attractive than Dylan.
I think you could very easily make the other argument, though, that Dylan Mulvaney has done far more damage than Tate, because Dylan Mulvaney has helped confuse a generation of young boys into thinking that they're girls, or young girls thinking into their boys, and then you put them on drugs and you chop their genitals off, and then when they grow up about 10 years later and they're like, it was a 12-year-old girl who probably was just going to be a lesbian, if anything. She liked sports more than Barbie, and now her breasts are chopped off, or a boy who maybe was going to probably be a gay guy who now has, genital, like all of that stuff, I think is far worse, putting aside the specifics of the Tate thing.
Yeah. I think
well, here's my final thing, and then we'll move on to the last topic. I asked you this for a reason. I had no clue what your answer was going to be. But the whole conversation was how boys are becoming more conservative, AKA just common sense at this point. Whereas women, respect to you guys, bro, what are you talking about? Dylan Mulvaney, I don't even know what that answer is. But the average boy out there, the average young man will sit there and be like, okay, I have two options. I'm a dude. I'm just a regular boy. I'm 16, I'm 18, I'm 20. I've got two paths. I can go this path where I'm a badass dude being a kickboxer with hot chicks driving a Bugatti, or I can be a chick with a dick. An average dude is going to be like, sign me up for that Bugatti life, bro. So that's the disconnect that I wanted to discuss.